Welcome back to my channel. My name is Lisa Jang, Yin Yoga teacher trainer, Yin Yoga teacher, and Yin Yoga practitioner. For today, you'll need a couple myofascial release tools and a couple blocks. We're going to work into the spine and ease on in today, guys. Have a blanket, have a pillow. You might need that. We're going to start off in our supported fish pose. So let's grab our blocks. Take your blocks on the medium level or the baby bear level. And this is going to go right at the bottom tips of your shoulder blade. And the other block is going to go behind your head, okay? By all means, you can always change the height setting of the blocks. Let me move my blanket aside. And I'm going to take my pillow, since I have that underneath my legs. So our supported fish pose, why I want to start with this one, it is one of my favorites, but also what it does is it takes you into this reverse position from what we do every single day, which is this kyphotic curve, the rounding of the spine when we're hunched over at our desks, even as we're driving in long commutes, picking up our kids in the carpool, sitting for long periods of time. So let's begin here in our supported fish pose for our first yin posture and in spinal extension. So take a moment here just to notice how you're feeling in your body, closing your eyes if that's comfortable. If not, keep your gaze soft just over the bridge of your nose. Take a slow, deep in-breath and a slow, deep out-breath simply to arrive. Notice what's there for you today. This beautiful space to practice in, this beautiful time, even in this short time, using this space to find center, find a sense of peacefulness and quietude during a busy day or even a busy week. Let your fingers naturally curl, let your arms get heavy there. So today is myofascial release with our yin practice. And just know that you don't need to use the myofascial release tools. We can always substitute a yin posture instead of using the myofascial release tools. So I'll give you those options as we move along. But trust the process and just know that we're looking to fill our cup and we're not looking to deplete our energy. So take a few more cycles of breath here to set your intentions. And for this practice today, know that this is going to be a little bit more unconventional yin, simply because this is a shorter practice. At any time during the practice today, feel free to press pause on your video and make this more of a traditional Myo-Yin practice by staying in the pose, staying a little bit longer, maybe a minute or two longer. But when you're ready, slowly just stretch your arms all the way up overhead. Just notice how that feels in your body. And if your shoulders are feeling a little stiff, you don't need to reach all the way back, maybe just towards the sides. Again, breathe in and then breathe out. Go ahead and just bring your arms back down by your side, bend your knees and roll towards your side. Press yourself all the way up. Now this is where you'll want the massage tools or not. And I am going to use the blocks and the pillow since I have that as a little stone hinge. This will offload some of my the leg weight onto the pillow. If you have a chair, that will work as well. Take your massage tools. Oops. And we have a little flying ball. Let me go get that. I might need to cut that out. Take your massage tools as I'm standing, and we're heading to our low back area here into the quadratus lumborum. You're going to get all the other tissues that are associated with it, right? So as we're here, we're taking it to segments. So we have the posterior superior iliac spine right here. And then we start to move a little bit laterally. So we're going to move up a little bit laterally. So top of the iliac crest. And then the last rib there, you don't want to be on the actual floating rib. And just be mindful as we hit a little bit closer towards the top, the last rib there. If you have osteoporosis, you may want to use just rolled up socks instead. That's my recommendation. But we're going to start to move from, as we're here, the bottom, and we're going to start to move a little bit further up. Okay, so segments. Let's go ahead and lay on down. I'm going to start off laying towards the side. Let's do one side at a time. So there's different approaches. And as I lay towards the side, I'm going to take the massage tool in towards that area I showed you, more of the closer towards the iliac crest. And I'm going to slowly lean back onto the massage tool. Now I can use the bolster here just to kind of offload some of the weight into the prop as I'm here. Make sure your props feel steady. And I'm not in a big twist, but it looks like a little bit of a quasi twist as I'm here. And I want you to just kind of ease on in, taking your time. Take a slow deep in breath and a slow deep out breath. You may want to turn your head towards the opposite side. So I'm starting off with my left side. You can do your right, but again, just really taking your time. A lot of times one side is going to be a little bit more tender than the other. If you're feeling any pain at all, of course, come off the massage tool and relocate the ball where it feels most helpful for you. So you can move the ball a little bit more towards the left if you like, more laterally, or again use a rolled up sock. So just roll up socks and just take it into that area. And I actually find that quite nice when I roll up tube socks and then take it in towards that area where we're rolling or where we're doing a little bit of sustained compression. So let's stay here for about another 30 seconds. I want you to see if you can directly breathe in towards the left side of your low back. And then you can stay there if you would like, or again, I'm going to roll off to the side and start to move the myofascial release tool just a little bit more laterally and then kind of a little bit further up the trunk of my body. I will slowly lay on down as I'm here. And again, we're using this the Stonehenge there just to kind of offload the weight of the legs. Again, choosing if that works for you. If it doesn't, you can always bring your feet down towards the ground. And deep in breath. And deep out breath. Again, deep in breath. And deep out breath. So not only are we getting into the quadratus lumborum, we're also getting all the other tissues that surround it around the erectors. So again, you may want to kind of move the ball a little bit further up. Again, not try to avoid the floating ribs, but a little bit more proximal towards that last rib. Again, laterally as I'm here. And again, be mindful if you do have osteoporosis or even osteopenia. So let's take about a couple more cycles of breath there. Breathe in and breathe out. Again, deep in breath and deep out breath. And just one more time, deep in breath And slow, deep out breath. Now, slowly take your time to roll towards the side and then release the massage tool from your back. And from here, coming into a mini Shavasana, let your legs just hang over the bolster. And just notice as you're here the difference between the left side and right side. Maybe noticing even that side that you just worked on is a little bit more proximal to the floor, a lot more circulation. Even in the referral areas, you might even feel it down towards the glute area, a sense of relief. Stay here for another minute if you can. Otherwise, again, for video purposes, we're going to move to second side. So again, roll towards your side. And again, we're going to start off more towards that iliac crest. So roll towards the side. Take the ball in towards that lower part of that spine, and then take your time to roll on back as you're here. Again, offloading some of that leg weight into your chair or your pillow as you're here. And then maybe turning your head towards the opposite side. For me, I have this right side is shorter than my left, so this feels actually very, very nice. It feels really good to kind of offload some of that tension into the massage tool. Again, breathe deeply here, tapping into that parasympathetic nervous system, and softening through those legs, deliberately offloading those legs onto the floor or onto your pillow or even onto a folding chair where the seat is facing you. Sometimes I'll use the couch. I'll turn towards the couch and put my legs on the couch and then do this at home on the couch. So plenty of resources around you. Take a look around you and be creative in your practice. You'll find that you'll be able to get a little bit more deeply in towards the fascia. So we're going to just take a couple more cycles of breath there. I encourage you to maybe stay for another minute. But as you're ready, we're going to move a little bit further up the segment of the spine. So from the iliac crest, right? And then we're going to move further up. So roll away, I'll roll towards the right side. I'm on my right side back, and I'm going to move just a little bit up and laterally as I'm here. And I found a spot. Ooh, that feels wonderful in the best way ever. So again, taking your time breathing here. No, if you find this still a little bit too much, you can always do this at the wall, right? So taking the massage tool at the wall and then doing a little bit of lateral side bending as you're here. So the iliac, the uh, the quadratus lumborum, the QL, is responsible for that lateral side flexion. So as you move to the side and do that lateral side flexion, you'll find it will get into those spots, and then you can kind of tempo in how much pressure you want into this area here. Again, I'm going to start to move up towards that last rib. So again, I'm going to roll towards the side, move it further up. Again, be mindful we're not on the floating rib, okay? And a little bit more laterally. And as you're here, again, taking your time, using any props as you need to. And then breathing. Last minute here. Turn your head maybe towards the opposite side. Breathe in. Breathe out. There's something really nice about this approach where you roll to the side and sneak the ball in towards these areas and go through those 3 different segments
Again, all of this is all kind of all connected, right? So not only do we have the QL, we've got the erector spinae. Now, once again, stay here for a little bit longer and press pause. Gently start to roll towards the side, and then take a hold of your massage tool and take a moment there just to pause. Okay, just pause there. As you pause, I'm going to show you what it looks like at the wall. So if you find it better to take it at the wall, again, you're going to take the tool again into this area here, right? And if you want, and you're going to lean against the wall, my knees are bent, and then you're just going to do this kind of lateral, just a little bit of lateral side flexion, if you can see. And then you can just kind of move just gently into this area. So again, these are just tips, finding what's most helpful for you. So as you're ready, we're going to come into our glutes. So move the bolster off to the side. I wanted to come into a supine, another supine pose. The glutes, again, we're going to take the balls right a little bit more laterally onto the glutes. We're going to do both sides just for time's sake, and lay onto our back. Lift your hips and take the massage tools right into the area that I showed you. And then take your feet, and it's a little bit more laterally. Take your feet about mat width or a little bit outside your mat if you have mats here, if you do have a yoga mat, and let your knees just knock in as you're here, just resting into constructive rest. Take a slow, deep in breath and a slow, deep out breath. Now I've just placed the block behind my head because I find that I just need a little bit more support for my head. But I'm finding the block is too high, so I'm going to use this bolster for behind my head. And then from here, you can stay in constructive rest or just to begin to just windshield wiper your legs from side to side. So as you lean more towards that right side, you're going to get a little bit more of that pressure in towards that right glute. And as you come back to center, you're leaning towards the left and getting to that left glute. Again, go slow, just taking your time. And some of the referral, when we work into the back like that for myofascial release, is going to head to this area. That's why my natural inclination was to just flow into this area, just for time's sake. And as you're here, you may want to take a little bit of the what we call windshield wiper. Right. So all the poses that we did today, we can definitely do a yin practice instead. Coming to windshield wiper. This is the pose, but if you want to work into the glutes, right, you can, as you're here, take instead figure 4 on your back and then stay here, right? So if you don't have massage tools, figure 4. And then when we worked onto the back there, and my apologies for not showing you this earlier, when we worked into the QL area and the rectors, is coming into a prone twist. So taking your knees to one side and slowly coming down into a prone twist, or even a twisted deer, and walking your hand away from that left side low back. So you would start off with the left, and then you would slowly move towards the right. But take a few more cycles of breath there. Okay, on that side that you were working on. So again, I was on this side, on the right side. I'm going to slowly now move my legs in windshield wiper towards the opposite side. And you can see I'm using the blocks as I'm here to support some of the weight and some of that pressure in towards my left glute. Obviously here I'm working more towards the left side. So really this ball is just there, but I'm not feeling as much pressure into it because I am leaning in towards the left side. Okay, and then as you're ready, right, press pause if you like. We're gonna just windshield wiper our legs from side to side. Again, for video purposes, it's gonna be a little bit more unconventional yin practice, simply because for time purposes, and yeah. But hopefully, this short practice is very beneficial for you. Come back to it as much as you need to. All right. So after this practice, my recommendation, at least 5 minutes for Shavasana, final rest and relaxation. But thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for all my subscribers, my new subscribers as well. If you're new to this channel, you're just meeting me, thank you for watching. And please hit subscribe to this. You'll see new releases will come out weekly. All right. Have a great day, guys.